Welcome to Romance Rex, where three book besties explore the world of romance novels and encourage you to expand your TBR. Join us as we dive into the hottest releases and hidden gems of the genre. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Romance Rex Pods. I am Jordan, and I am currently listening to Angel Unseen by Jay Bree.
Hey guys, I'm Devaney, and I am currently listening to two audiobooks, actually. I'm listening to Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, and I have picked up again Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. I was originally reading that on Kindle, but it's much better.
Hi guys, I'm Christina, and I'm currently reading Dante by Sadie Kincaid. So buckle up for some bookish banter.
I've got banter. What was the hand gesture there? She's like
I was putting
lock
on
and loading it. Like she's, I don't know. That was like a lock and loaded. It wasn't like where your seatbelt usually goes. It looks like somewhere else.
You have to grab it. I'm short. Grab it from here.
Well, it does help to grab it. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Tonight, we're going to be real good. Some might even call us good girls by the end of this episode.
Ooh, if you know, you know.
And we all know. And if you don't know, you're going to know soon.
You're about to find out.
We here on Romance Rex are talking books with the good girl trope. The praise kink, if you will. This is a micro trope. It is when typically, not always, the male main character, if it's a MF, the male main character says to the female main character, good girl, calls her a good girl. And he praises her for doing what she should be doing. And it's not the dishes. It's not the dishes.
That's such a sweet way. That's such a sweet way to put it.
Some of these books that we're going to be recommending you, they have a lot of instances. Some just says it a couple times, but the whole book gives that vibe, that praise. Like, way to go. We'll get into the details later. But This is going to be a more explicit episode. We're going to be talking down and dirty here. I think that's
Definitely
fair enough.
So if you're not comfortable with that, that's okay. We have plenty of other episodes for you to check out.
We'll see you next episode when we do, because I think we're jumping to YA next, which is closed doors.
Right.
So,
it's called duality. Mm-hmm.
There's something for everyone. Should we do some quotes just to get us in the mood?
Oh, please, yes. I have one from one of the books that I'm going to talk about today. Actually, so it's a two-part quote because I need to round it off a little bit. But this book is Camera Chemistry by Chelsea Curto, one of my fave authors. Like, she's an indie author. I just love her social media presence. I love the way she connects with her audience. And again, like I've spoken about her before, but just watching her journey as an author grow has just been fantastical. Great. My first quote happens literally on page 74 of this book, okay? When I talk about the book later, you're going to understand why that's important, okay? Page 74. This is what he says to her. Even better, I'll cook you dinner, then I'll eat you out on my counter.
What?
Okay? Fine.
I love it. I love kitchen fun.
Fine, I'll take it. You've cooked me dinner. I'm a happy little clam, right? Perfect.
A clam.
Then a couple pages later,
Been there.
different scene, but he then goes, the same main character goes, you want the world to see you, don't you? Face the windows and spread your legs. I didn't get to finish my dessert, and now the whole city can watch while I do.
Oh, man.
Spicy.
I love it. It sounds like my evening yesterday. I love it.
Yeah, very voyeuristic, because he has like penthouse apartment. It's just wall of windows vibes. So anyway, I thought that would kickstart us, in the right direction.
I have a good quote.
Do you?
Okay. This is also going to be for a book I will be recommending later in the episode. It's called The Perfect Fit by Sadie Kincaid. This is a polyamorous relationship, which makes sense when you hear the quote. You're so fucking beautiful, stuffed full of my boys' cocks, princess. Wes drives hard into Xander, causing him to rail into me. They go on fucking me, whispering praise and filthy promises of what's to come.
You went hard.
I am clutching my actual pearls. I'm
clutching my
descriptive.
See you next Tuesday. I don't know what you're doing about.
That see, so let's break down the scene, shall we? No,
I love it. Play by
there's a lot
play.
going on in there.
I'm doing a lot of sports romance tonight, so let's do a play by play on the whiteboard.
Right. So and so and so and so, and then so and so,
and then here, and then here.
Yeah.
See, those
Right.
are the kinds of books I read all the time. I love
Right.
reverse him.
Yeah. Everything.
Because what woman doesn't want to be the center of multiple men's worlds?
I'm
Like,
kicking my
right.
feet
Like,
reading
I
this.
mean,
I was like, this is
that's where the fantasy comes in.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. Reverse harem is so good.
Cheers to you.
Right? Cheers,
great.
cheers, clink, clink, clink. That was a great quote, Christine. Also, text me the name of that book for research.
Oh wait,
research
Deb, when I
purposes,
tell
I'll
you
need
more
it.
about it later, you'll want to hear more about it.
Oh, I can't, babes, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Snaps.
Jordan, what about you, girl?
My turn. Okay. My quote is from Dead Man's Isle. It's the second book in the Harley Quinn Crew series by, of course, Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. If you're
As
not
always.
new here, it's no shocker, but I've been seeing a lot of hate for some of their books lately, and y'all can suck it. So here we go. Ready? And does that sweet cunt of yours still ache for the feeling of me owning it? Does it throb with the desire for me to do it all over again? Did I lie to him when I said you were begging for it, demanding it, spreading your legs wide and panting for me to give it to you?
Yes,
End
please.
quote.
Okay, not me having the most tame of all the quotes, and I thought I was really doing something. I
Hey.
thought I stepped into the arena
No.
ready to rock and roll.
I told you mine had the C word, which I love. I need it in my
It's a good
books.
one.
But just so you know, that and the next quote, like highlight that I highlighted in that ebook was, "Yes, big boy, even psychos need a cuddle from time to time."
Not big boy.
Yes, big boy, even psychos need a cuddle from time to time. Like,
Oh my gosh. I love
I-
that. I actually do love that.
and I will be
Big-
talking
big
about this
boy
series later. I will be mentioning it a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Yeah. I love that. I can't wait to hear more about that one too. Tag, this episode's gonna be
It's hot.
it's gonna be pretty spicy.
Turn on the
Coach
AC,
fan going.
everybody.
Right. Get you a cold drink because it's getting hot and heavy.
I was thinking for this episode,
Yes.
because it's a little bit spicier, that we can be a little more off the cuff. The problem with this one that I had was that the books that I've read that had the most frequent good girl, we've already mentioned in past episodes. But I still want to mention them in case you weren't as interested and this will pique your interest, or maybe
Mhm.
you haven't listened to those episodes and you saw Good Girl and you're like, yeah, give me that one. And this is where we're catching you for Romance Rex. Can we talk about some of those that we've already mentioned? Just bring them up quickly before we really get into the other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Sure,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Way to put me on the spot.
I know for me, when we did the dark romance, I talked about Losers Part 1. But I was
Mhm.
looking through my Kindle Unlimited, and you can search Kindle Unlimited with the little eyeglass, and you can type in a phrase or a word, and you can hit books in library, and it will show you all the books in your library that have that phrase. And so when I clicked on Good Girl for my library, Losers 2 had Good Girl mentioned 32 times.
Ooh,
That's wild.
some very good
So
girl.
I
talked
talked
love
about
that.
Been a good
Losers.
girl.
Right. Very good.
She's a bratty good girl, though. Like,
Ooh.
you know what I
Like a good bratty
mean?
good
She's
girl.
a bratty
Yeah.
good girl for her 4 men in her open poly not relationship. Ugh.
Interesting.
If you don't know what that is, polyamorous, you date multiple people. Open means some of them are open to dating other people outside of the relationship. A not means some people are with some people, but not everyone is with each other. It's messy. It's
Yeah.
good
That
messy is
sounds-
what that means. So, Losers Duology by Harley LaRue, and there is a novella, prequel novella. Lots of praise,
Open your
but there
eyes
are
first.
yes, there are a lot of things mentioned and kinks explored. So please check trigger warnings first. It made me a new person. That one changed me in a good way.
That's hilarious.
In a good girl way.
Oh. Right. No, she's an extra good girl. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
had so many books that have the good girl trope in it or that saying, and of course the overall vibe and feel of the book. I think I have like 18 books that I could remember off the cuff, like just off
Ooh,
top
Dev.
of books with that saying. The list was long, so I had to pare it down, but there are tons of books where there's so much good girl. I think one of my favorite, though, I've already mentioned this book. It's Obsidian Feathers by N. Caceres. And Saul is a different kind of man. He's also half like wolf, so he's a different kind of being. His good
He's
girl
an animal.
he is just insatiable, number one, but she's always trying to go against him, literally run from him and be away from him or push him away. And the way he owns her and like really gives the good girl, this book is so hot. So even though that's a book I've already mentioned, please,
Jordan
if you
adding
want
it
that
now.
trope, go. I know she's like pulled her.
I've got my Kindle.
Obsidian Feathers.
Yeah.
Please. And it's based in El Salvador. So there are things you learn about the culture that is so good. I actually was messaging with the author the other day and I was like telling her I learned so much about just the history and the traditions and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, I'm so happy. You know, El Salvador is a place where not many people actually know about and like, or know like the cultures and the customs and stuff like that. So that perspective of it was also really nice. But baby, this book is hot. 5 Chili Peppers. Love it. Love it. Please pick it up. And it's paranormal and everything. So that's one that I've mentioned before that I will absolutely mention again. One more. Cinderella is Faking It by Dylan Dyer. Also an indie author. Y'all know I love my indie authors. Cinderella trope or Cinderella retelling kind of vibe. The way Beck talks to this girl, okay? He has a mouth on him, and the good girl just hits a little different. Hits a little different in A Billionaire Romance. So please check that out too. I also love Dylan. She's really nice. And we message, and I was sending her videos the other day. Those are the ones that I've spoken about that I need you guys to write down.
BFFs with all
like
these
if you take
authors.
nothing. I think that's what I love though. That's what I love about indie authors because like when I message them and it's not like, oh, I message, but when we communicate, you could tell that they love their fan base. They love the people who support them.
Yes. Megan
That's my
Quinn
favorite.
on my birthday wished me happy birthday because I posted that I was reading her new release on my birthday. And then we had a back and forth for a few comments until I like didn't know what to say to her because I was starstruck.
And Megan's not even indie anymore. Like,
no, she's major
now. Yeah.
And she messaged me within an hour of me posting that. You guys, when I tell you, like, my heart is like fluttering.
You're so happy. But it feels good. It does feel good because when we sit here and recommend these authors to you and we suggest them to you, it's because we really care deeply about them and we like them as people, but also we like their bodies of work. Being recognized or just like having a little bit of a banter with them makes you feel good. Makes you want to keep recommending them, you know?
Definitely. So I have one I mentioned during the favorite authors episode by Harper L. Woods, the Flesh and Bone series.
Ooh, one of my faves.
What Lies Beyond the Veil.
Yes.
It's a great little book, and it's a series of 3 books so far, and there's more planned. But it's like a fated mates series, but one is a fae, one is a human, and they like the human is definitely fighting it the whole way. So when you get to the spice and when you get to those good girl moments, he's worked his butt off for it, and she's being a good girl.
Wait, was she a brat before she was a good girl though? Because that's my favorite. No one wants a pushover. You want to like fight that shit in the beginning.
She was.
Do you think I feel like she really just did not like him, or she was trying really hard. I don't know if it was bratty so much as this girl was like, "Get out of my face, sir!" Like, no. But then she was kind of like, maybe.
I don't know. You're hot and you have a big dick, kind of a thing.
Yeah. I mean, okay, let's give it a whirl, you know. And then they became obsessed with each other. But yeah. He definitely worked. I would 1000% agree that this man worked and he had no problem. It could have taken 100 years and he would have been happily just plowing away, working to get there.
Plowing away.
Wow.
Unhinged, ladies. Unhinged. You guys are terrible.
Oh my God. Do you know who else is unhinged?
Who?
Trillina Pucci.
Yes, I've come to expect that from her work. Yes.
My quote in the contemporary episode was from 3 Ways to Mend a Broken Heart, because it had just come out. So it really came out a week ago. It was a throuple. Okay. Good girl is said 10 times, but did I look up how many times they said you're a good little SLUT? Slut? No, but I should have. Because that was even more.
Thanks,
because
teacher
she
Jordan.
was there. So I'm here to spell
Here with
things
the
out for you.
spelling.
Premise of 3 Ways to Mend a Broken Heart. Girl gets dumped. Girl goes on vacation with friend and her friend's fiance and his friends. Girl runs into X after he steals her room, because originally they were supposed to be on this vacation together in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
She blocked his number after she was waiting with whipped cream on her titties and vag for him to come home, but he came home through the door making out with another woman, right? And that was the night she got all dressed down because she
I was
was
just
going
about
to
to say.
tell him that she loved him after 6 months.
Oh my, the devastation.
She blocked his number, but he was trying to contact her because he said he was going to take the room that they were going to go to.
Out of
so
order.
she gets there, and the extra guys that are on the trip were supposed to share her room because she had an extra room in her suite. He takes her room before she gets there. She pretends to date these 2 hot, did I mention they're NFL players?
Oh,
Starters.
God, here we go.
Then girl gets railed by said hotties because they are notorious for sharing their lovers. They have never dated the same girl because they're like, no, this is just a sex thing.
Yeah.
But it just fits, you guys.
Yeah,
And
they work
it's
together.
Sweet, but more than sweet, it's hot. I highlighted 23 highlights from this book. 20.
Christina's added it
Wait.
already.
Add
There you
it. It is light in all the ways that you want contemporary to be light, but dirty in all the ways that
Yeah.
you want it dirty. No one is inexperienced, so we're not doing the like shy, timid, oh no,
Right,
what is
right.
this? It's so
Mhm.
fun because the guys together are bros, and the way they go at her is like, we want to share her, but they also compete
tag team it?
for her.
Oh, yeah.
They tag team, but they compete too.
Against each other.
Yeah, and they're like, I want to be the center
I'm
of our
here for
attention.
this.
No, I want it. And in the best way. It is so good.
Trillina is gifted at writing the books that she's so
Banter.
far released. Yeah, the banter and just
I'm going to
the
say it, best banter.
scenes. Think so?
Oh my gosh,
I-
I'm
Ooh,
so
that's a
excited.
heavy claim.
Best banter in
Mm.
the bedroom. Like fun.
Oh, interesting. I don't
I-
know. I don't
read it.
Ooh.
Read it. Not So
What?
Lucky is one that I recommended in the contemporary episode, and that had
Mhm.
15 good girls.
Oh, okay. So it's high up there.
It was my second highest on there, or my third highest. And this one, I think this one was my favorite out of the 3. And it just came out, and she's doing the damn thing. I think before you respond to that claim of mine, I think you need to read it.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna read that because I enjoyed Tangled in Tinsel. She was cringy, I agree, but I enjoyed it, so I know I'm gonna read the other 2
No,
books.
me too.
And
This is a different author. It feels like a different author.
oh, you really?
She
It
has
reads
learned.
different?
Yes. Well, it's like you can tell it's the same, but she has learned
It's
so
growth.
much.
Okay,
So
that's
much
good.
growth.
Well, we love that. We love
Yeah.
that. Tangled in Tinsel was basically my favorite because one of the male main characters kept saying "gimme," and I thought that was the hottest thing. A grown man saying "gimme" and making grabby hands at my body parts because he wants gimme. Loves him. I can't even remember his name, but all I know is he said "gimme" like 6 times in Tangled in Tinsel, and I was ready to
Gimme guy.
jump in the book. I was ready to jump
No.
in the book.
Dev, you will go feral for these others. Just do
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
Just
gonna do
an
it
NFL
for sure.
player,
I
I'm
have
there,
them on my
I'm there.
Kindle. You're right.
Oh.
You said sports, sign me up, babe. No, let me a sport bod.
But there's no
So, like,
sports
yeah.
in sight. They're on vacation. They're just
I don't care. I can imagine what they be doing
It's
on the
the
field.
blanket.
buffed. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
right.
That's what I'm saying, though. You don't have to
Okay.
deal with the sports jargon. You don't have to deal with the locker room. They're on vacation in Hawaii in this one.
Yeah, I
Someone
can't
else
wait.
go.
Both
Let's-
of them.
Let's just throw things out there. Someone else go.
Okay, please let me tell you about the book that I mentioned in the first quote. I have to talk about this book. It's Aiden and Maggie. Again, the book is Camera Chemistry by Chelsea Curto. This book is 182 pages. It's a novella. It's quick. It's kind of insta-lovey because, I mean, baby, we have 182 pages. So we don't need to spend time getting to know each other. We just want to get straight to it. But it is a quick read. And the premise is these two doctors get not conned, but their separate friends basically beg them to take part in this stranger's photo shoot, which I think happens in real life with real life photographers. Like they'll get, you know what I'm talking when you get two strangers and it's like kind of hot, where you put them together and see their chemistry. So that is the premise, right? Yeah. So that's the premise of this book. But the chemistry between these two people is like off the charts from the minute they see each other. Aiden is a single dad. Maggie, again, they're both doctors, so they have their very busy lives, and he's a dad on top of that. The shoot goes phenomenally. It's wonderful, like phenomenally. Damn, Dad, get the word out right. The shoot is wonderful, phenomenal. But Aiden, yeah, it's great. It's good. It's good. Aiden's character, his entire being in this book reeks of good girl. Okay, it reeks of praise, reeks of, oh, you're doing so well, babe. Oh, look at you go. Look at you take it. And the fact that it's only 182 pages, when I tell you I flew through that book, it was probably like a lunchtime break kind of read. Like I was eating it up. Chelsea, I think in every single book she writes, has praise kink in it. I'm looking at you, Chelsea. I see what's happening here. Because every book I read, there's a good girl in it that you're right. I see you, babe. Keeping an eye on you. And I was on my list of all the books that I have. I think all of Chelsea's books are on there because they all have good. You know what, Chelsea? I see a theme. Anyway, she writes good girl really well. So if you are looking for an author who has a bunch of books that you'll have that in, check out Chelsea Curto's work. Yeah, for sure.
You can sometimes, if you read enough of an author's works, you're like, I think I know what this author likes in the bedroom. I think I know them really intimately right now.
Yes, because no, I was listening. When I went through my list, I was like, damn, another Chelsea book. Interesting. And then I added all her books. I was like, okay, girl. Please. She has a holiday book as well. I'm not sure if it's a novella. And that one has Good Girl 10 times in it. And Theo in that book is insane. It's booked for the holidays, again by Chelsea Curto. Theo is wild. Please read that one as well. Okay, that's all I got.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, yeah, just that. Oh, I've got more, actually. I thought I'd give somebody a chance to take it away.
Christina, save us from this.
I have mine book that I have to recommend to you is also from my quote earlier, where West was railing into Xander, who was railing into her.
Oh, yeah,
this book is called The Perfect Fit by Sadie Kincaid. I'm currently reading another book by her. I've just started, so I think there's more good girl to come. But this series is about 3 billionaire men who are friends in a polyamorous relationship, but they've been looking for a woman to join their relationship for a while. And they stumble upon this girl, Lily, in the club. And she seems too good to be true because...
they're just looking for a pussy to stick it into? Sorry.
Yeah, they want a little bit of both. They're bi. They like it all.
I'm sorry.
Why choose?
They need variety.
I love that for them. I love that
variety
for them.
Is the spice of life.
Yeah, and they've been looking through a few women to try to fit their kinks because they have quite a few of them. And Dev, this goes out to you. These kinks include blood play, BDSM, primal, and praise kinks.
Yes, take out that blood play. But yeah.
But I remember... Okay. What?
They chase her.
What are they hiding?
They chase her.
What are they hiding?
She
the people are hiding. I thought they were hiding something else. So she had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, Jordan, what were you about to say about a previous episode?
Oh, I was. Fuck, I don't remember.
Oh, you lost it. Okay,
never mind. Well, Dev loves primal.
Back to you, Christina. Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. Right. No, it had to do with the very first episode that we recorded that will never see the light of the day. And now I can't remember what
blood play.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So that reminded me the first time we ever recorded, and it will not. I don't think anything will ever make
You'll
it.
You'll never hear it.
It's gone.
But I remember. I will never forget. A direct quote from me was, I should be concerned with the amount of books that I've read lately that involve blood play. So I think I have a clip of it still
It is
And then
true.
one of you, I think it was Dev, goes, I don't think you should be concerned. And I'm like, well, maybe.
Yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah. Well, this sounds like a Jordan book. Blood play.
Okay, that's
Not my thing.
that's not something I look for. It happens to pop up in my dark romances, okay? Like, blame Jay Bree, okay, because it was Hannaford Prep. There was a lot of it.
Oh my god.
But also Hannaford,
Jay Bree.
Jay Bree is amazing, so
Yeah,
don't
right. We
snooze
love
on
Jay
her,
Bree.
please.
Yeah. Wait, so
Well,
okay,
so
so
back
Blood
to
Play
me.
Primal. What
Sorry.
was the name of? Yeah, no, Christina.
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
no, actually, I forgot the name of your book. Can you tell me? Can you repeat it? I was
It is
in the middle
called
of Kindle trying to download
Fits
it.
so good.
The Perfect Fit by Sadie Kincaid.
It fits so good. The perfect
No.
fit. Jordan is terrible. The perfect fit.
So it's 3 men and 1 woman in this
Jordan doesn't know
relationship.
what she's talking.
It's got
Mhm.
West, Zeke, and Xander, and then the girl is Lily. And they think when they meet her at the club that she's like this innocent, naive little young woman excited to move in with them. But there's a few secrets hiding, and the spice, it's just perfect. It's not even spice, it's just
I'm
pure
excited.
porn. And it's great. It's just great.
It says it's a dark
Lots of-
why choose romance, so I'm excited
Why
about
choose?
that.
They're all just
Yeah.
I don't even know, I don't have words for this. But I do have one
That's
thing.
good.
Not only is there good girl in this book, but there is good boy in this book too. We get a little
Ooh,
both.
don't we love a very good boy? Ooh. Yeah, love
I
that.
love a very
Add to
good
cart.
boy.
Add to cart. Added to the carts. Can't wait for that.
Thank you, Christina. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit with just like a
No.
fun, cutesy one.
Tomato.
Excuse me. Are you tomatoing my rec?
No, I don't know what it is. I'm just saying I'm tomatoing the turning it down.
So my next book is by Candy Steiner. It is the second book in Red Zone Rivals series. He only technically says good girl, that phrase twice, but the book reeks of praise and good girls. You know what I mean? It's got that
Yeah.
whole vibe. It is fake dating, college. It's a football player and the bookworm PR coordinator for the team. And he's the one that she has trouble wrangling for the PR interviews and things.
Mhm.
She always wears her cute pleated skirts and the tall socks and she's got her sweaters and she's got her glasses and she's just like stereotypical bookworm. She is a virgin.
Interesting. So we've got Teach Me.
Who is obsessed with smutty books. So she may not have physically done it, but she's read about it all and she has ideas. She has these things that really get her going and that, well, she thinks would get her going. She wants this musician that's known around campus, that's becoming locally famous. She wants to catch his eye and she goes to all the cafes to watch him. He wants to get his ex back. And they, of course, know each other through the team and stuff. And he sees her and he's like, I need to get my ex back. She thinks she doesn't want to be with me and I want to make her jealous. You need to be with him and he needs to see you as actually like attainable and fuckable.
Like a cool person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's do it. Let's pretend to date. So they say, okay, fake dating. And she goes, I want to take this a step further. I need you to fuck me because I need you to teach me what to do. Because he is obviously experienced and I don't want to be some little blushing virgin.
I
So-
actually
He's gonna
cannot.
teach her.
So it's a part of their deal is for him to teach her these things. And one of the good girls is when he's teaching her to eat a corn dog, if you know what I mean. And
Oh my gosh.
and
Cobb.
she loves it.
Wow,
say-
interesting.
Get this. He knows she reads these books. He steals one of her books and goes to her most turn
Stop.
pages.
Stop.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, he reenacts some of her favorite smut scenes.
Oh, what a
Top
man.
tier microtrope. Top tier microtrope, okay?
They're living our dream in our dream books.
Yes. I love it. That's one of my favorite things. I go feral for an MMC who steals the book and then reenacts. I love that.
It's like all of our dreams, right?
Yeah.
And
I
so
think
he,
we're having the
but
same
and
dream.
he's like, and so dialogue, he's like, good girl, and then she, tenses and gives him the look, and he goes, I knew it would work, because he like read the book and he did the thing, and like
He knew what she
he's
wanted.
doing his research.
I love a student.
And
What a
so
good
this is a part.
student.
Yes, this is a part of his series. And like it's so funny because in the later books, to the other guys that are getting into these relationships, he's like, dude, you guys got to read this book. You just got to read their books. You got to read their books. And he's the bro that hypes him up then.
Not him giving away free game.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
That's
Yeah.
funny. And that was Candy Steiner?
Yeah. And a new one just came out this month,
Oh, interesting.
April 2024. Yeah, the latest one. And I have not read it yet, but I'm going to. Sharpish.
Can I say my next two books are both arranged marriages? My next two suggestions.
Yes.
But I want to I know, y'all know I love an arranged marriage of convenience. That's all for me. But they could not be more different. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Takeover by Nana Malone. This is an arranged marriage to save her father's flailing business, to save her father's business that's like going under. The whole empire is crashing. Mind you, she's really the one who should be taking all the praise for the company because she contributes something that like is so good. Anyway, Atticus, that is her MMC. He's going to save the business, obviously, but he wants the tech that she has designed and he wants to like basically take it for himself or have rights over it or whatever. However, the dad is like, no, I'm not selling my business to anyone. You have to be in the family. What does that mean? Marry into the family. So the dad puts her little sister up. The sister is 18 years old. And she's like, absolutely not. You are not marrying off my sister for my tech just to save this man. I'll do it. I volunteer as tribute, whatever. She does not want this man. She does not want him. She's literally doing it out of obligation for her little sister. But he has been obsessed with her since the first time he saw her, like days or weeks ago. And so for him, this was all part of the plan. He's loving it.
For days and weeks, he's been wanting her, so he's been planning to marry her.
Yeah, no, he's been planning, like, because they already knew he was going to buy the company.
Crazy
I plan
contemporary
going to a restaurant longer.
He just met her, okay? He becomes obsessed. He's obsessed. Atticus wants her. Anyway, he wants her. He will stop at nothing. This is unhinged. That is crazy. I can't believe Christina just said that. That's wild.
I
Nah, I plan. Look, the man saw her at an event and he wanted her, and that's all we got to know. And he wanted a part of the deal to be that he married her, but the dad tried to pull a fast one and was like, haha, you're not going to get her. I'm going to give you the sister. But then she was like, absolutely not.
I'm going to give you my
Anyway.
youngest, my baby. Ha ha.
The dad, no,
on
the dad's
you.
an ass. The dad is actually an ass. Like, he's actually a terrible
Wow.
person. Anyway, his energy is very good, girl. I can't remember. I'm not sure if I listened to it. I don't think so. But the way it's written, you can tell that the male main character speaks with an accent. Irish or Scottish, one of them, which I don't care which one. Both of them are hot, and I'm going to take it. I love it. And that's how it's written. So he speaks like that, you know? And that's how it's very much my wife energy, but also good girl. When they're going at it, he's like, yeah, because her personality is so strong. And I feel like good girl hits the hardest. When you have an FMC, or whoever, who is just so strong-minded and strong-willed, but this man breaks you, right? And then praises, oh, look at you, my good little girl. You take me so well. That's Atticus, baby. That's Atticus. So, marriage of convenience. He was obsessed. She hated them. Oh, my thumbs up. Oh, he was obsessed. She hated him, but they eventually get there, you know, and they love each other. So again, Takeover by Nana Malone. It actually only has, oh, they do, multiple times. But funnily enough, it only has Good Girl in it twice, which is crazy. Like I would have expected, but the energy, again, we talk about that good girl energy. This was full of it. There is, I think, right now, at least 2 more books in the series because, this ends on a cliffhanger, which is psychotic to me for a contemporary romance to end on a cliffhanger. I find that to be so rude. But anyway.
With a cliffhanger.
Right? It is crazy. So I now have to wait until Acquisition, which is the second book, until that one comes out to figure out what the hell, where are we now? Like what's happening in the universe? The second one I have is also an arranged marriage, but it's by Anna Huang, and it is King of Wrath.
Yes, I almost said this one.
Yes,
Sorry.
this is one of my favorites, Dante and Vivian. So again, we've got marriage of convenience, arranged marriage vibes. However, Dante does not want her. He is so good. He does not want this girl. He actually doesn't want anybody. Like, not in that way.
He's good. That's why it makes him good, because he's not off doing other.
Exactly. He's really focused on his business, building his empire, being rich and doing what he wants to do. He doesn't want to be attached to anyone, tied down by a woman, especially not what he perceives to be a spoiled little jewelry heiress. Heiress. Yeah.
I love how you got so into it. Your accent came out. I did want to call that out.
I
want you to run with it because it's you, and I love it so much.
I'd be so subconscious. I'm like, do people understand?
Yes. Yes.
It always comes out when I'm excited and I talk fast, right?
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, so yeah, Dante and Vivian, right?
They just need to fix themselves.
You're so sweet, babe. Kiss.
Sorry.
I love that. Yeah, they do. So I love Dante because he is like unapologetically him, and he is very masculine testosterone energy. But there is also a scene, and I remember when Anna released this book, and she, like, there was a teaser she did, and she said there is a scene, and the song that goes with that scene is Beyonce's Partition, which I don't know if it goes, Trevor, roll up the partition, please. I don't need you seeing Beyonce on her knees. So that's what's happening in the limo, and why the partition in the limo or the car needs to go. So there is a scene in this book where things like that happen, right? Okay, that's nothing. That's light. Like, whatever. That happens in books. We're used to it. Then Dante tells Vivian to clean it up off the car seat. I lost my damn mind.
This has Jordan written all over it.
I lost my damn mind.
That was accurate but uncalled for.
That's his energy. Eventually, like I said, they started off not wanting each other. They were going to be married in name only, but they do eventually fall in love and can't live without each other. And then he gets real jealous.
That's my wife.
Yeah. He probably invented my wife. I'm not going to lie to you. The way he's written.
I mean, it was after Throne of Glass, but you know.
Man, I get this, but Rowan doesn't do it for me the way. I'm sorry, ladies. I love me Rowan.
That's only because you're content. I'll step off for a while. No, that's only because you get more attached to contemporary. I feel like you love romantasy, but you do not get attached to the men in romantasy.
I think
what
you're
I've
right.
noticed.
Probably. Yeah, I think that's accurate. The only romantasy man that I can actually think of off the top that I actually love is the one from King's Bride by Beck Michaels. I think I told you guys about that one, and that's it.
This is what I've noticed about all of us. You only get attached to men in contemporary, Dev. Christina, you only get attached to men in romantasy because they're 100% false and not here, so it's safe. And Dev is just looking for her next sugar boo. And I am only looking for the one that is like all
psychotic.
Accepting. No, this psychotic, all accepting in a reverse harem. Like the one that is always all in. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That is like,
I will on the fence.
That I will accept you no matter what, even if you're going to go do my friends. Like,
yes. I get that.
No,
that's I never even thought of that, but that's a really good observation because I think it is correct. I do get attached to my contemporary men way more than, and I've read decent amount of romantasy and fantasy who have had great male characters.
What do I do?
This real life. Fake lives we lead.
I mean, that's why we read, right?
I don't know. I love my husband. My husband's amazing and he accepts me for who I am. So, I mean,
for you.
Thank you.
Love that for you.
But that's not what this is, so we don't have to talk about Peyton. Let's talk about some other men. Speaking of, so in Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer, this has actually kind of been blowing up recently, I've noticed online.
I've noticed too, yeah.
Yeah, I read it a while ago. I also read the second one. The second one's really good. Behind the Net, says good girl 10 times.
Wow.
Jamie is an not an NFL. I wrote the wrong thing. Sorry. Who doesn't have time for anything but hockey and his mom, who has a mental illness that he tries to take care of.
Oh.
And that's why he did everything he could and twisted his deal to go back to Vancouver, where he was not his body
I thought you meant like
parts.
it twisted his ankle.
deal.
His contract. His contract.
What? We're talking about his mom here.
No.
Sorry, I thought she he
No.
overworked himself and twisted an ankle or something.
No.
Apologies.
He twisted his contract to make sure that he got back into Vancouver because that's where he's from. That's where his mom is.
Got it.
He doesn't have time. Okay? But then he finds this little mutt of a dog in an alleyway after practice one day, and he can't just bring it to a shelter an hour away in Vancouver, which, by the way, look up in Vancouver. I'm sure there's more. But anyways, so he keeps this dog and he needs an assistant. The team can provide him an assistant, right? But he's never wanted any help from anyone because he's a super independent man. Enter Pippa, who just came back to her hometown. Yes, they went to high school together. He was the super popular hockey player. She was the band nerd, but he had a crush on her all through high school. They hardly interacted. He went to ask her out one day, we later find out, but she had just started dating one of the other band guys. And she actually dated him then until this story. So for years. And he went on the road and toured. She helped him write his songs and he became famous. Used her stuff.
With none of the credit?
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, the audacity.
No.
That's all.
So anyways, horrible relationship, right? Horrible ex. They went to high school together, ran in different crowds. She shows up at his door to be his assistant and help take care of his dog,
she's gonna
right?
assist him.
She assumes that he doesn't know her and he doesn't correct her. So they both act like they're strangers, but they each know each other because she had a huge crush on him in high school.
But they didn't know.
So a few weeks go by and he's like, I can't have her here. So he calls his team and be like, she can't work for me. I need someone else. Because he's like getting a hard on for her as she's like playing with his dog in the living room.
A little chubby.
So
The dog or the man? Oh, the man. The man. Got it. That's crazy. That's unhinged.
anyways, they finally find out that they know each other, right?
Okay.
So her ex sucks. And he agrees to fake date her because he's coming back into town and invites her to this promotional thing, whatever. Or no, she was a part of his tour. Anyway, she's invited. They fake date for a while. And of course, they both have feelings, but he falls a lot harder. He never drinks, but when he's out on the road, he gets wasted and online. He sends her, this is my favorite part. He sends her a vibrator.
I love that.
Even though they haven't actually done anything together at this point.
Oh.
No. But he doesn't put who it's by. And she thinks it's from her best friend who is always giving her shit and is like, you need this in your life. So she just assumes it's from her best friend.
Oh. I remember
He doesn't say anything about it. Yeah. And it was good. It was good. And the dirty talk is really
my
good.
worst nightmare.
This is Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer.
I've already
Really
added
good.
it.
No, and it's good. I love when they have secretly pined for each other in the past and they don't see each other for a long time, and then those feelings are still there. I love that.
Yeah. I think I like that a little better than second chance romance because you still have like the background of them being together and the pining and the angst and the feelings that make sense, but
no baggage.
No baggage. Yeah. So it's nice. It's nice to watch them stumble around until they figure it out.
Because I think she tutored him in high school too. So it was like they knew each other, not just on so they actually spent time with each other. It was cute. Yeah. And the dirty talk was really good and like them together was great. So
love that.
Yeah. I will say I have some special mentions. I would like to special mention Katie Robert in general has a lot of good girls, especially in Neon God series. The latest one out is called Midnight Ruin. Midnight Ruin is this is a messy book and it is so good. So it's a friends to lovers and then the ex second chance comes in. So it's a throuple with swords crossing. Because the one thing to know if you read Katie Robert, at least the latest Katie Robert, is most everyone is queer and will go every way. And this one is no different. So Midnight Ruin, everyone is at least bi. So there is puppy play in this one.
Back it up. Back it up. Please define.
And it's not like actually you're pretending to be a puppy. I don't want people to get weird about...
Okay, because that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, I don't want people to think it's like bestiality stuff because people get weird about kink. So he's the ex and he did some really bad things to her but he has not been able to stop thinking about her. But she's now just started to get with Charon. So they bring him into it when he crosses the river Styx and he's now with them for a while. And she's like, you want to earn me back? You can try. Go clean the floor. You're going to clean the floor. Here's a sponge. Get on your hands and knees. And you're going to scrub this kitchen. You're done? Come sit. And he has to crawl after cleaning the floor with on his hands and knees while they have dinner. Like,
no, right? I hate it.
No, it's so hot. It sounds horrible when I describe it. No, it sounds horrible when I describe it. But when you read it, it's so hot. She's like, sit, put your head on my lap. And then she's like, you've been a good boy. And she will stroke his hair and she will reward him for being a good boy. So this is like a good boy, but Eurydice is like a switch. So then she'll also be submissive. And so this is like a wild one. It's really good. Also read the whole series, but you could also read this individually if you want. The political stuff would be kind of confusing because it's later on.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel, but I've pretty much been reading all of Dark Olympus. Yeah, I think I just finished Radiant Sin the other day. I've been slowly reading it. So I know I'm going to get to Midnight Ruin, and so we'll have to see how that plays out. I'm very interested because I don't know. I'm feeling very...
It's very different from the other ones. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll let you know how it goes when I read it.
We're excited.
Also, okay, I'm sorry. I've been rereading the Harley Quinn series by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, which is where my quote came from. And I would just like to say the second book in that series, Dead Man's Isle, had Good Girl 20 times.
Outrageous.
It is a mafia reverse harem. So Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, the way they write, I love their characters. It gets really deep into the backgrounds and the characters and who they are. But it's also, it can be super serious and you'll be crying, but you will also be crying from laughter because of the shenanigans that people get up to. And it also is lighthearted and silly. So if you want a complete range of emotions and you just want silly stuff, but also super serious and love it, and it's great. It's also dark. It's a range of emotions.
Yeah, definitely a range. Dark, but serious, but silly.
It's my favorite. What I found when I was thinking about this episode is that sports romance in general is going to be your best bet for the praise kink for if you want to hear a good girl. Those athletes want to let you know. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or for me, I found that it's in my small town cowboy romances. But it's like, it's good girl and also really dirty mouth.
Yeah,
male main character, really coaching them through it, really talking. Exactly. So that's where I found my collection has the most.
Perfect. Anyone else? Anything else? Or is that all we have? Who's going to take us out?
Thanks for listening to us ramble about all these wonderful good girl books. If you're looking for more Romance Recs, be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Romance Recs Pod. You can find our favorite book recs from our episodes, as well as behind-the-scenes content. Again, that's at Romance Recs Pod. So be sure to give us a follow, and we'll be back next week with another episode. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to write down the recs.
And
Remember
until next
to be a
time,
good girl.
You've been a good girl.